What is going on, everybody? It is Sly back for another video on 5 9 Gaming. This time I am joined by Varied Geek. How are you doing, my dude?
I am doing pretty good on this Snyder Valentine's Day.
Yep. So yes, we are here to review slash discuss the Snyder's cut of the Justice League, and I think they're officially calling it Zack Snyder's Justice League. I believe
Yeah.
that's what it's called on the trailer. So yeah, we do have some points to go over today. This will be the first point, well, quote unquote point. Just a reminder, it has been rated R. So parents, if you guys have
Yeah.
kids, please disclaimer: it is rated R.
A bunch of parademons,
Um,
blood.
yes, and it is also a 4 hour film as well. That is what Zack Snyder himself said. I don't know if they'll trim it, but 4 hour film. Thank you for not letting it die in 2017.
Yeah. It's like the biggest point of it is just like it wasn't his vision, which I think regardless of how it turns out, I think it's just good that he got a chance to come back and finish his product.
Yes. All right. So the first point that I did want to discuss is the opening, which is about Superman's cry, I guess we'll call it, because that's what most things call it.
Yeah, we could just call it that.
So, yeah. So I feel like the significance of it is that while it might just be for like visual effects and whatnot, I did like it because it shows that like he's dying and it's essentially telling the world like, hey, God's dead, Superman's gone, and villains have a lot more chances to, take over, cause mayhem, whatever.
Yeah.
Because while there are superheroes like Wonder Woman, Batman, Flash, Cyborg, Aquaman, let's be honest, they don't compare to what Superman can do for the most part.
Absolutely not. Yeah.
Yeah. Like if we're talking about like what Superman is capable of, it's very, very far from what everyone else can do.
Oh no, yeah, we saw that even in the Whedon cut where like he just demolished all of them.
Yeah. So I do like the significance of it, and they have Lex Luthor's like voiceovers, like the bell's toll or the bell has been tolled, wrong, whatever,
Yeah.
and that he says God's dead.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that because, like you said, it's probably just like it is a visual thing, right? But I think I do like that in terms of just it being a visual thing, because obviously he is in pain and crying from being stabbed by Doomsday. But like you said, I like that it shows like it's like reverberating. Well, one, Superman is probably powerful enough to have his voice reverberate in general, and then two, the visual significance of that is like you said, like along with Lex's like lines is like it's like he's dead now. The world is gonna have to deal with God being dead essentially. So I really like the visual significance of that.
All right, so the second point that I did want to bring up is that Diana is finding old paintings. I don't know where they are exactly, but she does find paintings, and it does show that it is Darkseid, because even on the left hand or the right hand side, his left, our right, it actually does spell out Darkseid. It might be in a different like language or something, but it does say Darkseid.
Yeah. So, I for me obviously the way like it looks, it is Darkseid because we know the original name for Darkseid or his new gun name was Uxas, Prince Uxas, but killed his brother, and then he got the Omega Force and all that stuff. So he became Darkseid, and obviously he is Darkseid now. So it makes sense that it would be Darkseid since then, because every flashback we'll get is like probably like hundreds of years ago and stuff like that. So or thousands. But I think she found it in like when she went back to the Amazon island. So she went there, probably found like a artifact. Because remember, some of her people are in charge of protecting the mother box there. So it makes sense that they have like paintings and like other things of that time, like to I guess warn slash give you a history lesson on it. So she probably found it back all the way there.
Okay, that does make sense. Yeah. And then like almost immediately following that is actually Darkseid. like it shows that it is Darkseid. Like he's been summoned, or he just came to Earth, and we see that it is Darkseid.
Yeah. So it's like I don't think he's gonna be a big part of the movie. Like he'll be a big part, I think, obviously because it is a 4 hour film. But I think he'll be more of a big part in the flashback sense. In the modern day like story, I think it is still gonna be not what we got with the Whedon version in 2017, but it is gonna be a more Steppenwolf oriented like same story. I think we are gonna get more of seeing Darkseid. I think like when he kneeled in front of the like I'm assuming that's just his like a like a visage, like not really he's not really there essentially because it would be a whole different ballgame if he was there. But I think we're still gonna get like the that Steppenwolf is the main villain of like the modern story.
Yeah, for now at least.
Yeah,
But yeah, that was Darkseid because Steppenwolf does actually serve Darkseid.
yeah, and not to mention we also might be Granny Goodness next to him in or in when they show that one scene. I'm assuming that's Apocalypse. It was to his right, his left, in the trailer. But you could say because it was a woman, like elderly looking woman with white hair, and really the only person that matches up with that is Granny Goodness in the comics. So
Yeah,
I don't know, could be her.
yeah. All right. So after that is pretty much just Batman explained that he needs to put together an alliance. There's not really much to talk about there. But the
Yeah,
next
same.
main point that I want to talk about is Superman's return. Because if anyone has seen like any of the animated films, Death of Superman or Superman versus Doomsday or whatever, he
Yeah.
wears a dark suit when he comes back. I don't know if that's going to signify anything in the film or if they're just doing like for visuals, just like pay homage or something. But he is wearing a dark suit, which does interest me, and I think it looks really nice.
Oh no, yeah, the black and silver like look is always like look nice on Superman. Um, I don't think okay. It could be because I know in the 2017 version he came back after being dumped in the water and he was like pissed um, until he saw Lois. So it could be that he's and they're going that same route, which I think was the original intention anyway. But I think the black suit more so in the comics, if I'm remembering correctly, is and even in the animated movies they touch on it is that it was more of a suit for him to gather more sunlight radiation for him to heal.
That would
It
make
was
sense.
yeah, because it wasn't like he woke up after being resurrected in whatever way and just was like I'm gonna be edgy and, and pick the black suit. For sure, the writers probably because it was in the '90s. Probably black was everywhere in terms of like everyone's outfits in the '90s. Uh, but I think that was mainly just like a suit for like helping him heal. So I think in the movie it's gonna mean maybe just either him wearing it as his resurrection suit instead of having the standard colors. I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be like oh I'm evil Superman so I'm gonna wear black. At
Hmm.
least for me.
I mean, an evil Superman would just spell trouble for everybody
No, no, yeah, we've seen that in BVS and Injustice. Not a
everywhere.
good thing. Yeah.
No. All right, so the next major point that I do want to talk about is that Flash is running towards like a blue light, looks like a massive portal,
Oh
and
yeah.
I think he's running into the Speed Force, or that is the Speed Force, and he's generating it. And this could be the time travel thing from Batman versus Superman, where he showed up to um,
Give the warning.
Bruce. Yeah, to Bruce, gave him the warning and whatnot. So we don't. It could be that. It could very well be that because he does mention that Lois is the key, but we don't know what the key is yet. So it could be in this film that we find out what she's the key to, and he's going back in time to tell Bruce.
That could be it. I think I felt like maybe because it is weird because like we've seen the movie, but we're also like it's like weird. But I think the key, what he was at least trying to say at that time was for when the Superman came back, at least that oh like bring Lois to. If I remember correctly, I think that's what Bruce interpreted it as was like oh bring Lois to him and whatever or I don't know. Granted, she got there on her own accord anyway, but yeah, I do agree. I think the color of that explosion looks too reminiscent of like the Speed Force and his lightning. Like it's blue and like it looks crazy. And not
Mm-hmm.
only that, I think there was a shot of him like just fully enveloped in like blue for like a split second. So
Uh,
it could be that could be exactly what you're saying, where it might be the point where Flash goes back in time and talks to Bruce and BVS.
yeah.
And we also got a couple other Flash scenes too, where that
Mhm.
they cut out, where he saved, I think it was Iris West, and he visited his dad as well.
Yeah. Yeah, they did show that he does visit his dad. My one concern, though, if he is time traveling, is that he's time traveling. Because Barry Allen is notorious for screwing up time with every time he time travels.
Yeah, it's not.
it
It never really ends up like the way he sees it
never
every
ends
time.
up. It never ends up good. If anyone's seen Flashpoint Paradox, you know what I'm talking about.
But Jesus, I mean, there's been other times where it's been kind of cool, where like there was a point, I think it was in Jeff Johns' Flash, where he was fighting the Reverse Flash through time, but it turned out that the lightning that hit Barry to turn him into the Flash was actually a lightning bolt generated by both of them fighting through time. So they essentially, by fighting, created the Flash. So it's like
Yeah.
it's time travel's weird,
It
but
is very weird.
so
All right.
it's super cool.
Yeah, let's just move on to the second to last topic, which is the ending, pretty much, of the trailer where we see Joker. Yes, get all the memes out now. We live in a society. Get them out.
Yeah,
Just flood the comments. We already know.
please.
But yes, we do see Joker. But what we also see is that on that right over Batman's right shoulder is actually Cyborg.
Yeah.
Why is
So
he there? I have no idea.
yeah, I can't even really tell you.
Me neither.
I'm just gonna assume because it has to be either. I feel like it's like one or two options. Maybe one, it's a cyborg of that timeline, and he's just been hiding somewhere or
Yeah.
something. But I think it'd be kind of hard considering he has like a mother box. Like, so I don't know unless he
Hmm.
disabled it. And then two, it could be like somehow Cyborg is seeing Batman's like vision through some way because he is wearing like a hoodie, which I think is a little weird for like him having a hoodie in like the apocalypse. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe he's just like I said. Maybe he was just hiding, but I don't know.
Hmm.
But it is interesting that he is there. And
Yeah.
Joker's he looks good. I prefer this version over uh,
Yeah.
the previous Jared Leto version.
Yeah. Definitely. All right.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
any closing thoughts besides the fact that I need this movie like right now?
Same. Closing thoughts? No, I think like I mentioned at the beginning. I think the trailer looks good. The music. I think if anything else, the visuals. I think of this movie are gonna be crazy. One thing Zack Snyder is really known for, because he's a very divisive director. Not everyone loves him, but I think
Yeah.
everyone mostly can agree that he has a very cool visual style. Like he makes very visually pleasing things.
Yes.
So, like, just from what I've seen from this trailer, and even the one like with where that started off with Uxas in the like months ago, the visuals of the movie looks crazy. Oh, and I think there was a shot of Batman on the Bat tank, which
Yes, I
was
saw that.
yeah. So that's one other thing that's pretty cool, which reminds me of the his vehicle from the Dark Knight Returns.
Yeah.
Um, but no, yeah, I just think it's really cool that WB gave Zach
The
another
green light.
chance, yeah, to rightly do his own movie
Yeah.
and do it with his own force. So regardless of how it turns out, whether you hate it, whether you still think it was bad, whether you love it, whether you change your opinion, I think it's just a good thing that an artist managed to get his vision out the door. So
I mean, power of internet's very strong. A lot of
oh,
people
for sure,
always
yeah.
about release the Snyder Cut.
Oh yeah, for years people were doing that.
4 years. Took 4 years.
Jeez, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's not something that happens often, so that's something you
Yeah.
gotta like appreciate at the very least.
I think my only closing thought is that I really want to see, like, after this film, of how they're going to handle Darkseid in general, because Darkseid is one of those characters that actually, you know,
Oh no, yeah, he's the Thanos. I think he came before Thanos, but he is the Thanos equivalent to
Yeah.
Thanos.
we
Like
could go we can go very deep into what comics do, but we
yeah,
don't want to make everyone's head spin if you haven't read them or keep up.
Yeah,
So
it's a lot of stuff.
yeah, so we'll just leave it at that. Geek, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
Yep. All right. So hope everyone did enjoy the video. I hope you all do check out the trailer for yourselves. It will be linked down in the description below. If you did enjoy the video, please remember to hit like. If you haven't already, hit the sub button and turn on notifications to stay up to date with all things 5-9. I'm Sly. That's Geek. We will see you all in the next one. Take care. Have a wonderful day.
Peace.